Hi everyone, welcome to the MNG report for MN Global and all the other craziness that's happening in the world to bring about the ultimate and complete redemption. I'm joined here in the Holy Land with my dear friend Sean Lee.
Hey, how's it going? How do you say Holy Land in Hebrew? Like Kadosh, Land,
Eretz Hakdosha. So Sean, tell us about your what motivated you to come here, and how was your trip here?
One thing is money. No, I'm kidding. I had to spend money here. It's a long story, really. I guess, like for me, I grew up in, I was born in China, then I lived in the United States for a good part of my life, and when it comes to like Israeli or Jewish culture, it seems like it's got half of each. It's like, they say that, like I said earlier, that your wife says something that this place right here is the United States of Israel, and I was like, where's the China of Israel? And I was like, well, Tel Aviv is the China of Israel, where cars try to run you over, and I'm not sure about haggling. Do they haggle here? We can go to the store to buy stuff.
Not so much.
Not so much, yeah. But in Tel Aviv, you go to the shops, it's like 5 shekels, no, 2 shekels. It's kind of like China, so I feel kind of like home.
So you find Israel to be like you growing up in China, living in America, you find Israel to be like the breaker or the middleman?
Kind of, yeah.
In culture-wise?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you tagged me in this video. It was about these two guys in school. They're arguing. It's like, hey, you're wrong. I hate you. And blah blah blah. And the teacher got them to sit at this table, and they put this ball in the middle. It's like, what color is this ball? And of course, this ball is like one half white, one half black. And this guy's like, it's black. No, what are you talking about? It's white. And then the teacher turned around. And was like, the ball has half and half. I mean, that video is kind of BS, but like. Israel is kind of like, I feel like,
So you think Israel is the place where both opposites are recognized, the Asian world and the Western world?
I think so, yeah. That tends to be what I've observed and
the Eastern world.
Yeah, I've observed. It's got a lot of the Eastern culture, it's got a lot of the Western culture, which kind of makes sense. After the diaspora, the Jews went everywhere in the world. So like when they came back to Israel, they brought everything back. And also like the geographical location, if you open up the map, I think most maps, for some reason, maybe it's a conspiracy, but they put Israel is like right there in the middle. And it's a great place. It makes me sad to see, all the conflicts going on. I have a positive outlook that eventually there's going to be peace, and it's going to work out in a very good way. There's a prophecy that that it's not on here, but the lion will lie with the lion, something like that. So
you're looking, you appreciate and you're looking forward to like the messianic prophecy of end of times.
Oh yeah, definitely. In the United States, when people say like, when they hear the word end times, or end of the world, like, oh, how could you even believe that? I don't believe that, or hey, I'm going to heaven, you're going to go to hell. But I think that's very different from the traditional Jewish way of looking at the so-called end of the world. It's more of like a new beginning, kind of like, I guess
the advance of technology, kind of.
Yeah, advance of technology. The idea of like, it's almost like a communist utopia, but not really. It's like it's basically in a world where there's suffering is going to be very much reduced, and I think the Jews have different debates about like how much that can be reduced. Like some people say, oh, we'll still go to work, we'll still, a lot of things will stay the same. The only difference is that there will be no more wars. Or some people say, oh no, we'll have like resurrections, where like the dead comes from alive and everything. So there's like a wide range of like interpretations of like what that better world is. And the thing is that's special about this kind of viewpoint is that better world is going to be right here in this world right here. We don't need to die in order to go to that world.
So you're saying, so like unlike the Christians, which are making sure not to go to hell, and the Muslims, which are making sure to go to heaven, but both of those heavens and hells aren't in the physical world, and it's all, they're investing so much in something that they're not part of right now. They're not living in the moment, whereas you have, let's say, the atheist general approach is not to care about the moment, and the Jewish approach is to live in the moment and make the moment better for the moment, and that the world to come initially is this world here right now, and like basically take responsibility in a good way of our actions, and use the positive knowledge that we have from religion to ground everything.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I'm like a translator, you know. It's like all of this is already out there, you know. It's like a lot of times there's so much misconception about Judaism, and it's very, if there's any characteristic, you know, I notice about the Jewish world, I don't know if the Jews see it, is that the Jews are characterized by differences. The saying that 2 Jews, 3 opinions. 2 Jews, 3 opinions. It's just that it's very diverse. Like, for example, in Israel, one place is like almost like a completely different world than the other place. Like, here's the United States, here's China, you know, in terms of like culture and everything. They're very different, you know, and when it comes to Jewish community, that difference seems to be exaggerated sometimes. I mean, in the Orthodox community, you know, you get everybody dressed kind of the same way. But the thing is, compared to like, say, something like, you know, like a Christian church or some other places, there's you go to the synagogue, you know, especially Chabad, you know, like everybody's doing this own thing. This guy's sitting down, this guy's, you know, turning around, this guy's doing a little dance, and the rabbi's there. You know, first time I went to Chabad in California, the rabbi's like, hey, no prayer doing, no drinking beer, doing prayer. And I was like, oh, okay. And this guy's like, as soon as the rabbi turns around, I was like, okay, here's a beer. And it's like, it's different, you know, it's.
So you're saying the amount of flexibility in, like, basically you see that the Jewish people, as long as you mean well and you're trying to make the world a better place, the diversity is what makes it so unique.
Yeah, I think so. The diversity
and the acceptance of the different and the other.
Yeah, the individualism. I think the diversity. You know, like when I was in Tel Aviv, it's like, you know, you see black people, brown people, white people, some, you know, Asian people. You know, and they all have different ideas. I was talking with this taxi driver. This taxi driver, he was telling me, you know, we're all different here. We got Muslim here, Christians here, Jewish here, different kinds of Jewish people. And he said, if you look at your hand, which of these fingers are the same? He said, which of these fingers are the same? And I was like, yeah, none of these fingers are the same. That's what we're meant to be. This is life. Everybody is different, and accepting, you know, the differences.